Good afternoon, dear students, and welcome to our math session. Dear student, in the previous session we have seen how to find out the simple interest, okay, and if in some conditions principal is not given, amount if you want to calculate, rate, time. So different types of example we have considered based on the simple interest. Now today, dear students, we are going to move towards the topic compound interest. Now students, what actually compound interest means? Now let us consider that P is the principal, okay, and if we are putting this principal P for 3 or 4 years, okay, compounded annually at the rate of suppose 5% per year, this is time. Okay, so what is the basic difference that we will observe in compound interest and simple interest is that every year suppose principal is rupees 1000. So every year now what will happen in the first year? We will add 5% of 1000 to this as a interest. So 5% of this means 5. So new principal here will be 1005 rupees. For next second year, we will add 5% of this. 5% of this will be that is it will be 1010. Approximately, consider approximately it is 1010 point something it will be. So this is the second year. Now again after third year, here we have to add 5% here, and the new principal will be like this, and then fourth year then we will get the amount. So every year, see, this is the new principal. Every year principal will change in the compound interest. So this is the basic difference, that for simple interest, if you are calculating simple interest for continuously 4 years, principal, rate, time will remain constant. But in compound interest what happens, that if you are depositing certain amount for 4 years compounded annually, then every year's interest will be added to that. Okay, every year's interest will be added to that, and new principal we will get for every year. Okay, so that is the basic difference between simple interest and compound interest, that in compound interest principal changes every year. It goes on increasing, the interest will be added to that depending upon the example. So in compound interest we will get directly amount first, and amount in compound interest is given by A is equal to P in bracket 1 plus R by 100 raised to the power T. Okay, where A is amount, P is principal, R is rate and T is time. And after this formula, you can calculate now interest from this. Interest, that is compound interest, will be equal to amount minus principal. This will be amount minus principal. For this amount we will get this formula, and for compound interest we will get this formula. Now dear student, let us consider an example. To solve this and to understand how we are calculating. See, calculate compound interest on rupees 12,600 for 2 years at the rate of 10% per annum compounded annually. Now see dear student, calculate the compound interest on rupees 12,600 for 2 years at rupees 10% per annum compounded annually. Consider the solution here. Now here what is given? So first of all, principal is equal to P is equal to rupees 12,600. Time given is equal to T is equal to 2 years. Rate given is equal to R is equal to 10%. Okay. To find compound interest, so we will now calculate first amount. Now we have amount is equal to P in bracket 1 plus R by 100 raised to the power T. So we will get P 12,600 into 1 plus R, rate is 10% by 100 and the time is 2 raised to the power 2. Now this 0 0 cancel. Now we will get 12,600 into 1 plus 1 by 10 raised to the power 2. So we will get here, now cross multiply, 10 ones are 10, 10 plus 1 11 by 10 whole square. So now we will get 12,600 into 121, square of 11 is 121 raised to the power 2. So 121 by 10 square, that is 100. Now this 0 0 cancel, 0 0 cancel. Therefore we will get 126 multiplied by 121 and that is equal to, now you have to calculate. So answer we will get as 15,246. This is the amount. Okay dear student, actually we have to calculate compound interest. We have not got compound interest from this calculation. We have got amount and now we will calculate compound interest. So compound interest can be calculated now. Therefore compound interest is equal to is equal to 15,246 minus 12,600. So here we will get 46 as it is. Now 12 minus 6, we will get 6. 4 minus 2 means 2. So 2646. This will be the answer. That is the compound interest that we will get. Now therefore you can write down, therefore rupees 2646 is compound interest for 2 years. Okay dear students, see, in this way we have calculated. Now for the same example, now this is the example that we have finished here. Now let us compare that if we have calculated the same calculation for simple interest, same principal, same rate and same time for simple interest, what would have happened? Let us check here. This is not the part of example, we are just checking. Now here simple interest we will get P into R into T by 100. So it will be so 0 0 0 0 cut means 1260 into 2 means it will be 0 2520. So this is the simple interest that we will get. So if you will compare the two quantities, this compound interest 2646 and 2520, then compound interest is greater than simple interest. Okay, compound interest is greater than simple interest. So why it is so? Because in compound interest principal increases every year. Therefore whenever the comparison is done between simple interest and compound interest, okay, whenever there is a comparison between simple interest and compound interest, and if principal, rate and time are same, if principal, rate and time are same and comparison is done for simple interest and compound interest, then always compound interest will be greater. Okay, whenever the comparison is done between simple interest and compound interest, and if principal, rate and time are same for both, then compound interest is always greater than the simple interest. Only if the calculation is done for 1 year, then for 1 year simple interest and compound interest, if the time period is 1 year, then both of them will be equal. Otherwise compound interest is always greater than simple interest. So most probably what happens, when we keep our amount in the bank as a fixed deposit, the bank gives us interest by simple interest, and when we take loan from the bank, they consider it by compound interest. So this is the basic difference between simple interest and compound interest, that, and if you compare the two quantities by simple interest and compound interest. Now let us consider another example. See, while solving the examples of, dear student, compound interest, it is necessary that you should calculate properly and step by step, because in compound interest the calculation will be somewhat hard as compared to the simple interest. So you have to calculate the calculation properly. Let us consider another example. Now Now see dear student, what is the example? Calculate the compound interest on rupees 50,000 compounded annually at 12.5% per annum for 3 years. So principal given here is equal to P is equal to rupees 50,000. Rate is and time is 3 years. Now therefore now here first we will calculate the amount. Now since amount is equal to P in bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to the power T, therefore now we will calculate 50,000 into 1 plus rate 12.5 by 100 raised to the power T means 3. Now dear student, to remove this decimal point, multiply numerator and denominator by 10 means we will get 50,000 into 1 plus 125 by 1000 raised to the power 3. Now divide by 125, this 125 1 and this will be 8 za. So we will get now is equal to 50,000 into 1 plus 1 by 8 to the power 3 means now it will be 50,000 into, now 8 1s are 8 plus 1 by 8 to the power 3, that is equal to 50,000 into 9 by 8 cube. So now expand this 50,000 into 9 cube by 8 into 8 into 8. So now try to divide this by 8. This will be 8 1s are 8 and this if you will divide we will get 8 6s are 48, 8 2s are 16, 8 5s are 40 and this one 0. Again divide this by 2. 2 4s are 8 and if you divide this by 2, 3 1 2 5. So now we will get 3125 into 729, that is the cube of 9 by 4 into 8. Now here you can divide this 3125 by 8 or by 4. If you divide it by 4 we will get 1 Now divide this 729 by 8. We will get okay this calculation, and if you will calculate this, you will multiply and calculate, that is 781.25 multiply by 91.125. See, I have told you that calculation in the examples of this compound interest are quite tough or hard as compared to simple interest. Now here you need to calculate 5 5s are 25, carry 2, 5 2s are 10, 10 plus 2 12, carry 1, 5 1s are 5 plus 1 6, 5 8s are 40, carry 4, 35 and 4 39. Now how many points after decimal point? 2 and 3 means 5. 1 2 3 4 5. So the answer we will get is 71191.40625. So you can consider this as 71191.41 by rounding up the numbers to second digit. Now we have got amount. After getting amount, now we will calculate the simple here compound interest. Therefore compound interest is equal to amount minus principal, and that is we will get 71191.41 minus 50,000. Means is equal to 21,191.41, this much rupees. Therefore compound interest is rupees 21,191.41%. So dear student, see, as we have considered that the part of calculation here that we are going to consider is little bit tough, so you should have your calculation here proper. If your calculation is proper, you can calculate and find out the answer. So note down the calculation, dear students, here. See student, the examples that we have considered till now are based on compounded annually. Okay, so if the amount is compounded annually, then this formula that we have considered today are applicable. Now suppose if the amount is compounded half yearly, then what change we will observe, that we have to think on. that if the amount is not compounded annually but it is compounded half yearly, then what will happen? Okay. So if you consider this as compounded half yearly, then the formula will change for amount. Amount will become P into 1 plus and rate will become half, that is R by 2 by 100, and time will become double, that is 2 into T. Understand? If the example is that the amount is compounded half yearly instead of compounded annually. Okay, instead of compounded annually, the amount that we have to calculate, or simple interest, compound interest that we have to calculate is by the method of compounded half yearly. Then here the point to be noted is that rate is half. If it is given that rate of interest is 12%, then we will take it as 6%, and if time is given 2 years, then time will be taken as 2 into 2, 4 years. So this is the basic difference between compounded half yearly and compounded annually. And the interest that you have to calculate is given by the same formula, that is amount minus principal. The thing that you have to calculate differently is amount. If the things are compounded half yearly, if the amount is compounded half yearly, then the calculation that you have to perform is by this method, that the rate will be half and time will be double. In this way you will calculate the amount in case of compounded half yearly. If it is compounded quarterly, then what will happen? This rate will be divided by 4 and time will be multiplied by the 4. Understand, dear student? So in this way there will be change in the calculation of the amount if the rate of interest or whatever we are putting in the bank or anywhere, it is compounded annually, compounded half yearly. As it is compounded annually means R by 1 and time is also by 1. Compounded half yearly means rate is divided by 2 and time is multiplied by 2. If it is compounded quarterly means R will be divided by 4, because 4 quarter means 1 year. So R divided by 4 and time will be multiplied by the 4, and then you will calculate the amount. Okay, and by after getting amount you can calculate compound interest by using this formula, that is amount is compound interest is equal to amount minus principal. So dear student, till now we have seen some example based on this. Now in tomorrow's session we will consider few more examples which will have some different concept from tomorrow's concept, from today's concept. So try to attend all the and concentrate in all the sessions of compound interest as the calculation part, and there are very minor changes. If there is a minor change in the question, then everything, the formula and the calculation will change. So when you want to calculate the compound interest for compounded annually, compounded half yearly, compounded quarterly, you need to focus properly. So dear student, keep in mind properly and then solve the examples. Okay. So in this way, dear students, today we have seen example based on compound interest, and tomorrow again we will continue with the same topic. Okay, today you can practice your exercise 8.2 as well as exercise 8.3. Some questions from exercise 8.3. Try to solve the examples from exercise 8.3 if you can. Okay. So till then, have a nice day my dear students and take care.